about to start deployment. We rolled off for it. I won and made Jase deploy his units first.
So I'm going to deploy my T-Synth platoon, which is this unit here. I've got to deploy them within 12 inches, which is this line of yellow meeples. So I'm going to pop a leader there, pop one unit here.
Is it different from the last time we played? We discovered afterwards that you can't shoot through your own troops. That does block line of sight.
Yes, so unless you're firing at something significantly bigger. So if you're firing
over size up.
Yeah. So if you're firing at a tank, which moves up a size from size 1 to size 2, etc. Oh, T-Synths is size 2.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, they're quite tall.
Yeah, so you can fire, well, they can fire over size 1 troops.
And I can fire over size 1 troops. So I can't because the infantry. I have to shoot the closest thing.
Yes, you would.
Right, anyway. So I've got people in my KV-18 icon. Right.
I will next deploy my captain, who is going to be deployed in cover. Is that?
And I'm going to deploy my captain, who is also going to be in cover.
Okay, the tactical node are next. So my tactical node and my tactical node are good at medium range fire support.
That's a good point. I should check those things.
So I'll pop these guys. Actually, not going to make the same mistake I made before, which is deploy my leader right at the front. Learned the hard way about that one.
Okay.
Yes.
That's interesting. Right, right, I'm going to deploy my other KV-18 icon with troops in. So they're going to be, yeah, like that.
I'm going to deploy my point nodes next, who will be deployed
Right in the open.
Where else do you go?
Yeah, right, I'm going to deploy my SART team. Extremely good at very short range. Okay, had I read that before, I'd have done better. Right, I've got to do the same, I suppose, really. Well, the differences between this one and the last time is that we should have had terrain, just generally, if you're in the area, or within 1 inch as we're calling it, it counts as being in cover.
So terrain is more of an abstract concept, it's an area of effect rather than a physical building, you're within it. We are saying that this clump of buildings are actually a group of terrain.
There we go.
Okay, I will deploy my Nemesis tanks. Hover tanks, I'm going to deploy one.
Hover?
Everything, well, all of the tanks for Syntha hover. In fact, let me just check something.
It'd be important to note at this point that Syntha only have 3 actions per turn as opposed to the normal 4. However, they don't suffer from suppression problems, which is a bit of a problem for a lot of, well, everybody else really. So any action Jase does is always 1 point.
Okay, that's me deployed. I'll remove the meeples now.
Right, that's me done. I've just deployed my red hand, which is my long range support.
Okay, we're set up. Just before we run on with the first turn, going to go over some stuff that we went over the last time. So for those of you who are watching, I'll get it right this time. These yellow tokens denote a unit has activated, which means they have done their job and they have used their turn. The red tokens denote that unit is vulnerable, which means they've pushed themselves to get their certain activity done, or some weapon effect has hit them, which makes them vulnerable. And lastly, today we'll be using just some generic meeple-like tokens to denote suppression counters. Suppression counters are like wound counters. Once they start to add up, the unit becomes more difficult to manage.
Not for you.
But not for Syntha. Syntha ignore that because they're robots, they've got robotic brains, they don't care.
However, they are more tactically limited with the 3 moves.
Yep, okay, so that's us set up. We'll crack on with the first turn in a moment. Okay, so at the start of your first turn, you're going to roll for initiative. This is where my game goes very wrong because I'm a rubbish dice roller. 2, I don't believe this.
6. Again, life is hard. Right.
So Triss gets first activation.
Right, let's come into bit of measuring. That's within 3. Where's your leader there? So that's within 3. That's within 3. Brilliant.
So I couldn't see that coming. Here we go again.
Where's me? Oh no, damage token somewhere. Right, so I'll just use a blue meeple for this. Right, so I'm going to start by activating my red hammer unit here. He has bombard. Red hammer. Bombard 2 and indirect fire. So as long as one of them can see, all 3 of them can hit. But now I'm wondering if I'm going to try something else. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8, isn't it? Yeah. Right, so I am going to
So a bombard works on a 6-inch diameter.
3. Well, yeah, 6
6-inch diameter, 3-inch radius area of effect.
So I'll hit all 4 of those. I'll hit 4 of yours.
So this unit here has been targeted.
Yep. So it's for me it's 8 plus my d6.
Okay, and for this tactical node who are within cover because they're within 1 inch of cover and they're defenders, they get an extra point anyway. That tactical node have an SR effectively of 6.
So it's 6 versus 8 basically.
6 versus 8.
And so which one are you defending for first?
The one that's highlighted.
No.
Okay, so they're unaffected.
So it's 9 versus 10. Yeah.
Yes. This one's next affected, isn't it?
Might as well know, yes.
They're not within cover, so they don't get the +2, they just get the straight 4. Gives me 8 in total.
10. So 2 and activation counter.
So this unit now counts as being activated. There we go.
Persephone.
Persephone is my my captain of my company. The Persephone has an SR of 4. It is within cover. It also does not have defender.
So it's 5 versus
so 5 plus is your 8. 5 plus 5 is 10. So Persephone is safe as well. No damage to Persephone.
Last one.
Is this tactical node at the back here?
Ah, there we go. 14.
14. They get 4. It's going to be at least a difference of 4. Okay, so I've got 9 in total. The difference is 5.
5, which is add vulnerable counter.
So they take a vulnerable counter, which is
and that's command as well, isn't it?
Red counters rather than the yellow counter for activating.
So then
goes back.
1, 2, 3, 4. Still drunk. 3, 4.
Okay, I am going to activate my Nemesis tanks.
Okay.
I'm going to check for range first of all.
No. They're centre under.
Yes, it's centre. Okay, so I'm going to have to advance my Nemesis tanks first. So I will. They can move up to 8, I believe.
Yeah.
Nemesis is a move of 7.
But over anything if it hover.
Yes. So This one will move 7 to here. This one will move slightly ahead to here. This one will move 7 to there.
No, you've done that wrong. You can't move one of those because you only get 3 actions.
That's a good point.
Pull one of them back and then move your commander up. I don't suppose, does he have to move himself?
No, he doesn't have to move himself, and he's at 24 inches anyway.
He was behind that, he was actually...
Well, he's hard up against the line of the front.
No.
That's where everybody is. I can move him back if you want.
No, it's fine.
Right, the captain then will move...
Although, is it line of sight is centre to centre, but
yeah,
shooting is front to front, isn't it?
Yes, so it's closest to closest.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's fine.
he's in. He can't see. Okay, so I've activated these 3 tanks here. They're all going to fire.
Separately, together?
Separately. So we're going to fire separately at the personnel you have on the table. So this first Nemesis tank,
Start team.
going to fire at the SART team. 19 inches, which will give them...
4, 5... I like to read rules.
No, they're not gone one.
So it's 4, 5, 6 for me.
8
6
anti-personnel from these tanks. So I've got 12 overall.
8 plus... 6 plus 5 is 11.
So 12 versus 11, it's a difference of 1.
Which... 1. Back 1. Add 1 SP.
Okay, so they become a bit suppressed. There we go, that's our first unit. This second unit cannot target the commander at the back because he's screened by these troops here. So this Nemesis tank is going to...
Yeah, he's got to hit the nearest type, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's got to hit the nearest type. So he's going to fire at that SART team.
Plus 4.
So it's 8 versus 8 plus d6, which is 14 in total, versus
12.
12. So it's a difference of 2.
And gone.
So then gone.
Oh no, 1 SP. It's 2.
Okay. This Nemesis tank here will target the disperser team on the end.
Because it has to.
21 inches. Again, it will be 8 plus d6.
4, yep, 6 again.
So it's 13 in total.
Don't know how you dare complain about your dice. 6.
13
9
versus 9,
4.
difference of 4.
2 SP.
Okay. And lastly,
There is no lastly, that's it.
that's right, I can only do 3. So, Nemesis tank, Nemesis tank, Nemesis tank, all vulnerable because they have moved and shot in the same turn.
Easy, right. So, right, I'm going to move. I'm going to activate Unit 4, which is the SART team in the tank and the guy behind him. So, right. Cover, if you move into terrain, it's half movement, isn't it?
Yes.
So, I'm going to go. I can move 8 inches because it's a transport. And then just go. Oh no, it's to get negatives, don't they, for shooting at more than 4 inches.
Yes, so when you deploy a unit from a tank, if they attempt to attack at greater than 4 inches after deploying from the vehicle, then they receive huge negatives. I think it's a -2 for their attack.
But they can move to start off with.
Yes, but they need to deploy first, yeah.
Where's there? Okay. So they deploy first. They got a 4-inch move, which is easy. Actually, I may as well move them fully forward. No guts, no glory. And then these are going to be the same, so it'll be about there. Then, what are the sort 24 inches? And they can then hop into the woods there. So, my icon at that range is anti-material 6. The sort teams are support 2 each. Relevant range. What's the thingy on them?
The suppression resistance of a nemesis is, let me get that for you, that's 6.
So it's 6 versus my 6, but you're at minus 2, so it's 6 versus my 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, okay. These aren't firing.
Okay.
Yet. Yeah, well, so it's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 for the vulnerable.
Yep, so 12 plus whatever you're going to roll. Oh, 18.
It's dead, it's done.
Yeah, so even if I were to roll a 6, the difference would be
It's still
6. A difference of 6 means that unit has been destroyed. Now this is where we get to do something fun. When a tank is destroyed, it is not removed from the game. That's not working. Let's find it. Oh, there we go. So we're going to flip that Nemesis tank over. It's going to become a wreck on the battlefield.
And just for kicksies, hang on there. They are now all vulnerable. And just for kicks, this SART team are going to have a go at that other Nemesis. Within 24 inches. That's centimetres. Easily. The SART team at 24 inches, anti-material is 4.
Okay.
So it's 6.
They're within an inch of cover.
So are your other guys?
Didn't really make a massive amount of difference, did it? So that is another Nemesis tank. Nemesis anti-grav tank is SR6, +1 for being within cover.
That's it, surely.
-2
Yeah.
for the suppression, so
I've added 2 to mine.
Okay, so it's 7 versus
8.
with a d6. So 7 is 11 in total.
10.
Okay, so it just pings off the hull of the Nemesis.
Oh, I missed, don't I?
No effect on that. Okay, so that's Triss's second activation. I get to activate my second unit now. I think I may consider activating. Let's have a think about this. So either my point nodes. Point nodes have a move of 4. They're on foot. Now let's think. They won't be able to fire past their own unit. Or I could activate my T-synths, which have the same sort of move of. Oh no, they have a move of 5, and then the T-synths have an anti-material of 5 at 9 to 24 inches. So if I move them, only 3 of them are going to get to attack them. So that's 1 inch and then 2 into the woods, within an inch of the edge.
I just clicked.
Yep.
I'll carry on recording, then you can cut it out accordingly.
Yes, just stopped again.
Has it filled the card?
God, I shouldn't have done, surely. Hold on, where's the... Oh, I'm looking at the power button. If I go in there...
Could be the same problem I had and only can record for duration. Which incidentally...
12 minutes 27.
Yeah. Which that would appear to be a problem with the cannons, they can only record 12 minutes at a time. So should we carry on using this camera for now?
Yeah, we will. Okay.
Otherwise we're going to be here all day, aren't we?
Yeah, if I power that off then.
We'll sort that. We'll see if that's just a problem with the cannon generally.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to activate my T-synths. They move to there, within an inch of the edge, and then just press it. This unit will move to there, within an inch of the edge. Let's turn them around. Okay, so I've only got 3 activation points. I'm going to activate these 3 units. I'm going to move them all forwards, and they're all going to have a shot at those red hammers on the hill there.
Those at the back edge can't. They've got to look through way more than 1 inch of terrain to get to me.
That's an inch, yeah?
Yeah, centre, no way.
No, centre's not. Okay, no, it's about 4.
Yeah.
Okay, all right then. It'll just be these 2 then. So these 2 will fire at the red hammers. This first unit will fire at the closest unit it can see. It has to be that unit there.
Well, it'll be one or the other.
Well, I can't see the one next to it because there's a building in the way.
They're height 1, remember, these are height 1 on a hill.
Now these are height 2.
Are they?
They're size 2.
They're enormous then. They can see these, no problem, to see straight over the terrain. Yeah.
Okay, well it's still...
They're 2, these are 2, and these are on a hill.
Okay, well these T-synths here will fire at that red hammer at the front there.
Yep.
So at that range, their anti-material is 5.
Well, what range of 24 inches now?
Up to 24.
Yeah, easy.
So they are 5 plus D6.
Red hammer, hang on, red hammer. Fire SR is 6.
Okay, so I've got 8 in total. You've got 9, nothing, okay.
That's straight hit, or that was you just spike this fan one at a time.
Put them.
The Syntha are very good at one at a time, obviously. They seem to be.
They get a support of 3. I could have added another 3 to that.
Well, you didn't.
But I didn't. Well, I wanted to try something specific.
No,
this unit here, I think is still within 24. They'll have a pop at the same time.
I thought so. Yeah. Just
yeah. Okay. So they'll do the same thing, except this time they'll call in the support of these guys.
Still can't see him.
They're...
Unless they've got indirect fire.
No, I don't think they do. Hold on. Decent. No, they've got Bombard 1.
No.
No. Okay, so it'll just be 5 plus D6 again, which will be 11.
12.
Okay, so no effect there either. They're now
Done.
activated. No, they're vulnerable.
There.
And these guys on the end are just activated. Okay.
Right, then. It's slightly weird that scenery counts as blocks line of sight, yet is abstract.
Yes.
It's the only rule I don't like. So the disperser team, they may as well. I will activate my actual commander.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
4 inches, which will put them to.
Aren't they moving in terrain though?
Yeah.
Oh no, of course. Infantry
don't.
aren't. But yeah. Okay.
So 24 inches, that'd be easy in.
Yeah. So T-synths have Defender, which gives them an extra +1 when they defend inside cover, which they're in, which makes their SR 7.
My disperser team and the bear. Bear. It's got 24-inch range.
No.
I can still move.
Can't see them. Oh, okay, no, can move.
I can if I can move.
Yeah.
When it's got a mover, I would suspect 8. BMD, bear. Move 8, yeah, it does. And that's nowhere near 8 inches to there, is it?
No.
So then, can you hold it to your thingy?
So draw it into the centre.
No, just to front.
To front, it's touching front.
There we go.
Okay. So the disperser team are going to fire with support from the bear.
Yeah. So it's 6 plus 6 plus 2. So it's 10. 12 because of your vulnerable.
6 plus 2 does not equal 10.
Sorry, it is 8, 10, sorry, in total.
Okay, versus, is that including the -2?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, so it's versus 7 then.
Yeah, 10 versus 7.
10 versus 13.
15 versus 13, so
Difference
it's
of 2.
2, which is 1 SP.
So they are taking an SP, there we go.
That is vulnerable, that's invulnerable, that's invulnerable. There we go.
Okay, so I'm going to activate, let's have a think, point nodes, all tactical nodes. So I'm thinking of activating my tactical node. 4 points are 5. So I'm going to activate the point nodes. Point nodes have a move of 4. So this one will move 4 to here, where it can see that unit there. This one will move 4 to there, where it can see that unit there. And this one will move, can't overlap its own, so we'll move 4 to there. All 3 units will fire. The first point node unit will fire at this SART team here. They are at 5 inches. 5 inches makes it a short range shot. Point cell, anti-personnel at 5 inches is 5.
So it's my 4.
-2.
I'll be on +2, I've been doing it.
Okay, so my
7.
5 becomes 7.
Yeah.
7 plus 5 is 12.
Oh, just out of range of the cover as well.
So it's 12 versus your 4.
7.
12 versus 7 is a difference of 5.
Which isn't instant dead. That's 2 SP.
Okay, and he becomes vulnerable. This unit here are at 8 inches, closest to closest, which will be the same roll again, so it'll be my 7.
Versus my 4.
Oh, that's cocked. Okay, it makes it 11 in total. 11 versus 6 is 5 again.
2 again.
And then these point node troops here, oh, and he takes a vulnerable as well. There we go.
The Synthas definitely seem to work better on their own.
17 inches closest to closest, and I have line of sight centre to centre. So I'll have a look at that disperser team. 17 inches with a point node makes them 4 anti-personnel.
4, 5, 6. I'm at 4. Irrelevant of the count, I'm still at 4.
So you're at 4 versus my 6, isn't it?
Yeah.
Including your...
So you're 2 up, aren't you?
Yeah. So we'll have 9 in total versus your
8.
8, so it's 1 difference.
Dead.
Dead. Okay. And they become vulnerable. Okay, so it's Triss's activation again.
Did you just activate Unit 3?
Yes.
Your Unit 3 commander's not been moved on.
He has to be one of them, doesn't he? Okay, in which case, let's think.
For the sake of argument, you just want to swap him with the front one in front of him.
No. For the sake of argument, I'm going to move that unit back 4. You can have your things back.
These.
You want me to move my commander up front so you can
I do,
shoot
yeah,
him.
you're right, yeah.
So I'm not going to do that. And what I will do is I'll move my commander to here
And do it again.
and do that instead.
Same
Which is
numbers.
13, which is the same numbers. Do you want to keep the same result?
Because it could kill, it may not kill them.
Okay,
Because they're not actually injured out at this point.
not at this point, no they're not. So commander, it's at 13 inches again. I think it's exactly the same roll. Point cell is 4 plus the 2.
6 versus 4.
6 versus 4. It's 9 versus 4. 9 versus 8, 1 difference,
which is actually significantly better for me.
Okay, yep.
Okay. Sorry, I was just looking thinking, where his commanders are? They're on their own now, aren't they? So the sharp teams, I suppose. Starts 4-4-2s, aren't they? Irrelevant. Right, so I shall measure first, isn't it? Oops.
21.
And then I'll huff these back to that. So they've moved. So it's anti-personnel 4 plus 2 is 6 plus your vulnerable counter is 8.
And the SR of Synths is 5 plus 1 for defender plus 1 for cover. So it's 7.
7 to 8 then.
So you're 1 up.
Yeah.
Okay. So
6.
So you're 1 up.
4 difference.
4 difference. 4 difference on those.
2 SP.
2 SP. So that wipes them out, I believe. They've already got an SP. They would take 2 more. They are blasted away.
Whew. Right. It's Jason's last command turn.
So I normally couldn't activate this tactical node because they're already vulnerable.
They're still activated. You just don't take from some suppression.
So I can still use their activation points.
No. But you can use him.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I am going to, let's think. The Nemesis, and let's have a think. The Nemesis moves, I think it's 7. Moves 7. So the Nemesis.
It's over, so it's irrelevant.
The Nemesis is going to move. Well, hold on. Let's see if I activate my captain. Activate my captain. That'll cost me 1.
Yeah, well, you've got to activate your captain, haven't you?
Yes, I did. Yes. So I can activate.
Commander.
No, my captain of a company.
Ah.
So my captain, my company will activate. He is not that great. What can he do? He is in a Persephone, which is a transport. Persephone, at 4 to 9 inches has at 9 to 24 inches has quite nice anti-personnel. Well, that's interesting.
Where it has to come out of his little hidey hole.
He does have to come out of his little hidey hole. He does. That's right. So he can move up to 8. He moves to there. He's going to move to here. And he will have a shot at this SART team, which are at, being super careful, just at 9. No, at 9. So at 9 inches, it's arguable whether it's 4 or 5.
We talked about this with Mark, and he wasn't sure what to do about it either.
So evens, I'll take the top band. Odds, I'll take the lower band.
Yeah.
It's an even, so I'll take the top band, which makes them 5. So it's 5, 6, 7 for your vulnerable token.
8 for you being on terrain, higher terrain.
Yeah, 8 for being elevated.
Versus my 4.
So 8 plus 2 is 10. 4 plus 5 is
11. So close.
So Triss's team are toasted. The captain gets a vulnerable token. He will then, so he's spent 1 on himself. He will then spend 2.
No,
1 on,
He's the commander, isn't he? 1.
Yes, he is. So he will spend 1 to activate this point node. They'll move 4 forwards to there. With line of sight of your SART team within 9 inches. That point node will be 5, 6, 7 plus d6 to attack your SART team. 7 plus 4 is 11.
4 plus 3 is 7.
Difference of 4.
4. 2 SP.
So they're dead as well. That comes off the table. They become dunded like that. And let's have a think.
Last point.
Last point, got to make it count. Got to make it count. I will... I will move this tank to, so less than 7, which is its move, to here. I'm looking for a nice, back a bit. Okay, so I have my last stragglers. These are guys that don't have any commanders and they now get to move. So I have 2 tactical nodes over here. These 2 tactical nodes will move through these buildings here, stand on this ledge, and we'll have a crack at this icon here. So it's 13 inches front to front, or closest to closest. A tactical node at 13 inches. Doing anti-material
5, wasn't it?
is, yes, is 5.
Plus the 2.
Plus the 2 for being vulnerable, so it's effectively 7. So it's 7 plus D6 versus
6.
plus D6. I have a 1.
6.
Okay, so that pings off the hull of the icon, and this unit are vulnerable.
But that doesn't matter because
Yep.
I can't fire back.
And I'm quite happy to accept a vulnerable token because I'm going to remove them after these stragglers have been activated. I'll do the same thing with this tactical node at the back here. They will advance to the top of the hill, just like that, and we'll perform the same trick, trying to take out this tank. Again, it's 13 inches closest to closest.
7 versus 6.
2.
5.
What is it? My luck! I couldn't buy a roll.
Really?
Okay, yeah, fair enough. They are vulnerable as well. Again, it doesn't matter because they will remove that in a moment. And the last ones are these T-synths on the far side.
Which were back.
Which were a little bit further back. They were at the back of these trees. And we missed a bit in the recording there, so I'm just going to take that move back and do it again. They move 5 inches through terrain. They're unaffected by it because they're infantry.
They did actually kill a unit as well, didn't they?
No, they haven't fired yet.
They had.
No, they took them out.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. The T-synths are now within 1 inch of the edge. The T-synths, let's have a look what they can do. So the T-synths, up close are 442, short range are 442, 9 to 24 are 552. So if I can find some nice tasty infantry within 24 inches, hello boys. They're size 2, so can fire over this nemesis, although it's not blocking their line of sight centre to centre. So the T-synths will roll 5 plus
Versus my 6.
versus Triss's 6.
4 and then plus 2 plus 2.
So 5 plus 3 is 8.
6.
Oh, so again, they become vulnerable. No damage is done to the Sartre team at all. Okay, that ends turn 1.
Yeah. So now we're on turn 2.
Yes, we've removed all the tokens except the suppression counters from units on the field, although there are no units suppressed because they've got destroyed. We're now going to roll for initiative. 3. Oh, come on.
Oh.
Yes, I've got it. Okay. Right. So I get to activate first. What am I going to do? Okay, well, I think... I'm going to activate my... Think about this. I've taken out 4 units already, haven't I? So yes. I need to take out another 4 to win.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to activate my Nemesis.
Well, remember, it's about showing people how to play, not necessarily crushing me.
Okay, I'm still going to activate the Nemesis tanks. The Nemesis tanks have a move of 7, I believe. And because I've lost one of that unit, I can now...
No, it doesn't matter. It's you still get 3 actions.
No, I know, but I can now activate all the members of the unit. So the Nemesis tanks are quite good against personnel in the 9 to 24 range bracket. So they move 7. Let's have a think. I can get there. Okay, I'm going to move this one forward to here. Good job, because I cannot see that Sartre team there, which means the nearest infantry are your command. The second one is going to move.
If you're supporting them. The only reason why I ask is if you're not, you may as well roll and then we do them separately, because it may depend on where you move then.
Okay, so I will act. So I've activated this Nemesis unit. They will move and fire, and they will fire at Triss's commander or lieutenant of his platoon. I couldn't normally do that because they'd normally be screened by infantry, but on this occasion I cannot see that first infantry unit, so I can't target them. So the Nemesis is at a range of 15, which makes it 8 plus d6. So 8 plus 5 is 13. Oh dear, the commander is toasted. Right, so that's another unit gone. I will activate this second Nemesis tank here. This is the lieutenant of the unit. He's going to move to this point here, whereupon he can draw line of sight and range of that Sartre team. So he will be at 8 again, plus d6.
I'm at 6 this time.
So it is 8 plus is 10 versus 9. They take a wound counter, and the last
Suppression point,
sorry. Last unit in my Nemesis team. I can. It's got to be centre to centre, hasn't it?
Yes.
I can't overlap. I can't. Let's have a think. The Nemesis tank. Not as good against. Oh, actually.
Well, probably more than an inch in the woods, aren't we? From that point. Yeah.
Okay. So if I move till they're not, if I move over to here. So that's less than an inch into the woods. It's more than 9 inches. The Nemesis tank is 8. So it's 8
versus 6.
8 versus 6. So 8 plus 2 is 10.
Oh, Jesus, 7.
So the difference of 3.
3, which is 1 SP.
1 SP. So they take a suppression point as well. And he now counts as being vulnerable, as do the others. It's my first activation. Triss is next.
Right, I'm on a second, look at the red hammers again. Right, so I'm just trying to work out what to do. As it stands, I'm looking at firing my red hammer missile launchers here at Jason's Nemesis tanks. But the question is how to do it. At the minute it's a straight 6 on 6 and I get 4 shots. I can however support it up and take 2 shots but destroy 2 tanks.
Well, the leader can't fire through a unit the same size.
But you can hit that one over there.
You can fire this one here, yeah, of course you can.
Yeah. And then support with that one. It's not a big deal. Decisions. So we'll start with this one.
Do you want me to hold it in the middle?
It's in centimetres on the wrong side, that's the problem. It's not that it's
centre to centre, yeah.
27, which is the long range anyway, which is fine. Maybe 4 or 6 as it is currently.
If you get support, it would be 8, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Right, activating unit 1. I'm gonna have a crack at the Nemesis there.
So
8 versus 6.
It's a base 4
Yep.
with the 2 from the vulnerable counter and
6.
the 2 from supporting.
Let me just check that is 2 on support. I'm fairly sure it is. Support 2, yeah.
And it's 8 from Triss's side versus the SR of 6 on my unit. So I have 8 in total, so it's whatever Triss rolls.
5.
5.
2 wounds.
2 wounds, that's fine, I can live with that. So it takes 2 suppression counters.
Which is irrelevant for you, really.
Yeah, I'm not that fussed about that.
And then save again. Oh, man, it's an extra +1 for being on a hill. Which would have destroyed it. Damn.
Yeah, go on then. Yep. We'll have that. So Triss had forgotten that he's elevated, which gives him a +1 on his roll, making it a 6 difference rather than a 5.
Which destroys it.
Destroys the Nemesis tank, and again turns it into another small
as always,
mech.
this is it's been a learning experience all the way round. Right, so next one's do the same again. No point in not. Got to hit the closest one, which will be that one.
Yep.
However, it's shorter range, and that does make a difference. It is 19 inches, which is still a longer range anyway, isn't it?
It is medium range.
You're still 440, which is fine.
So
tokens. Again, it's
4 base, +2 for supporting, +2 for being vulnerable,
+1.
+1 for being elevated. So 11 versus 6. So it's 11 versus 12 at the moment, whatever you roll.
4 difference, which is
4 difference?
2 SP.
2 SP. So this Nemesis battle tank takes 2 suppression counters.